Hey guys, well it's come time for me to split the motor on this FJ. So it's an FJ 1200 motor, and hopefully this video doesn't go too long for you, but I'll go through, basically try and video everything, and if I can I'll explain what I'm doing and why. It shouldn't take me too long. I've done this a couple times before, so let's see how we go. So we have our motor set up on the bench. Basically, first thing I could do is take off anything we don't need, so the starter motor, alternator, that sort of thing, and anything that crosses over the midline of the motor. So your pickup, got to come over here, take off the two caps, take out the clutch, and then we can get into the guts of it. There's a few things in the middle we've got to take out. Always really handy, have yourself a manual. I've got the Haynes manual. I've got it bookmarked to the place I need, and you can see there it's got the positions of the bolts and the number that they have to go in and be tightened up in. And if you actually come over here to the motor, I don't know whether we're going to be able to see it very well. Just in there, you can see actually each bolt is numbered. Right there, number 29, and they'll mark up with number 29 in the book. Now, something that the 1200 motors have that the 1100s don't is a bolt right there. You think, oh, how am I going to get that out under there? Well, let me tell you, it's a slow process, but you don't have to actually take it all the way out. You only have to undo it, and you can leave it in there. So there we go, that's the initial process. I'll start taking all these bits off and all the bits I don't need. So I got myself a big bucket here to put my bits in. Take the oil cooler off. Now you may think you have drained every last little bit of oil out of one of these motors. You're wrong. There will always be a bit of oil in there still, so have some rags handy. And when I actually get to start splitting the motor, you might do it differently, but I have these boards. The bolts go into these. All the bolts are numbered, same as they are in the book. Got a hole punched in there. So as I take the bolts out of the motor, I put it in there so I know where each one came from. So that's the bottom. Yeah, this is the bottom part of the motor. So this is all the bolts that point down, and this one is the top part of the motor. So it's all these bolts that point up. Now the other thing to remember, there's actually one or two bolts inside bits. So you've got to take the oil pan off. And there's a bolt inside there, and there's a bolt. Let me remember. There's a bolt in there, and they're all over the place. So please follow along. Hopefully I don't lose you along the way. And I know I'm not the most charismatic on camera, but we'll give this a shot and we'll start pulling her apart. Now, it's a really dark and gloomy day here where I live. There you go, bit of light. Don't actually have to take this off, I'm just giving myself a bit more room to manoeuvre. Got most of my tools here sorted that I need. Holy crap, that's tighter than I thought. That one. Too big. I have to get in with the stick from the rattler. That one. too big. Go to the next one then. Sorry if I'm mumbling to myself. That's how I get expert advice. Talk to myself. My fiance laughs at me every time I say that. You don't need a rattle gun, but it certainly helps. Losing all the bolts. That's good. Now the starter clutch for these bikes is right there. That's the reason you've got to split the cases. This is the same procedure if you've got a FJ 1100 and with a second gear issue where it keeps skipping out of gear. This is how you split the cases. It takes you exactly the same spot so you can fix that second gear issue. Okay, up with the starter. Just in there, that's the starter clutch, just there. Okay, now I need to remove pickup. Now this is an 1100 pickup I've got on here because this motor's been running an 1100 bike. 1200 one's slightly different. Again, you've got to take this out because it runs across the centre line of the motor, where you've got to split it. There you go, there's your pickups. You can probably give that a good clean while it's out. Container, put these bolts in. Always handy having little containers. Alright, so that's everything on this side that has to come off. Take this out. It's tight, like a tiger. Go for that one. New. We'll go for this one then. Good to have options. I'm just taking the oil cooler out. Both sides. If you're going to get oil running, this is one of the places. There we go. Oh, like a gusher. Leave a little cooler aside. There we go. Fuzzy rags. Alright, so that's everything on that side. Let's go over the other side. I'll angle these over a bit. Actually, you get to go for a ride. Alright, light around, see? Light gravity. That'll work. Alright, let's have a look. Now I've had this bike converted over, so it's got mainly Allen keys on the all the outside bits of the motor and body. Allen keys, I think, is sometimes a lot easier. Allen bolts, whatever you want to call them. Remove this, but remove the clutch as well. Oh well, every time you think it's not that well, there's more. Yeah, there's silver in there. That one's really small. Right. Again, this goes across the centre line of the motor, so it's got to come out. Sorry if I'm repeating myself. Shouldn't be any oil behind here, or if it's leaking out of here, out of this section here, then you have there's a seal under it. It goes through to the end of the crankshaft. Right there, plastic seal, and you need to replace that. You can replace that without splitting the motor. You sort of got to pull the old one out, make sure it's nice and clean, and it will pop in there. Alright, so everything across the guts. Now, let's go, Brandon, let's go. Okay. Let's turn that. Always advisable, buy yourself a good socket set and good tools. Can't go past good tools. clutch spring. Oops. The top layer of the clutch back out. Goes there. Now there's a bolt there, it's got a couple of bend over tabs, you have to straighten them out. Small vlogometer. Be heavy-handed with it. This is all alloy, easy to break. Everything on this motor is alloy. Stay, don't want to fall out yet. I could take all this clutch back out, but I like it to actually stay in there. Will do, Hickey. Comes out. Now, what size socket is that? 7mm, I think. Nope, it's the 30mm. 30mm socket. Still playing there? Yep, still recording, that's good. Sorry guys, like that belly in the road. Alright, now there is a special tool you can get to put in there that'll hold the basket for you. I don't have one, I rely on the old railgun. Just like that. Doesn't even have to be in gear. Catch that. Oops. Clutch pack out. There we go. Clutch pack is removed. There we go. Right. Big washer there. Now, handy little trick. There's a spacer slash bearing just there to get it out. It actually has two holes that actually fit the bolts and hold the top of the clutch spring pack in place. Wind them in there like that. Give it a pull, there it is. Comes out. Like that. There we go. Clutch. clutch is now removed. Okay, so in here, there's a few bits. There's a the oil pump is just here. I don't know whether you guys can see. Hang on, bring us down closer with one hand. So, show you what I'm pointing at. There you go, we're back. Alright, so if we can see in here, there we go. A bit of light, some lumens. Okay, so in here, in your clutch, so this is your detent. They talk about the detent spring. In there is the detent spring. You can get a kit to upgrade that. So that there's where you, when you change gears, that's the bit that moves. There's the, for your oil pump. So that has to be removed. There's a little circlip just there. Well, you can call that whatever you want. It's a Jesus Christ clip, because when you pull it off and it goes ting, it goes across the shed, you go Jesus Christ. And we have to take that off. And you can see here, this has to be undone as well, because it goes across the centre line. Now these are Torx screw bits, so you need Torx bits for that. You also have to take this oil splash guard out. So hopefully that makes sense, because in behind the oil pump here, I don't know whether you can see, 1, 2, 3 bolts there. They have to come out. Bit of a shit, but that's how it works. Okay, I'll just put this back up on the stand. Alright, that's 8 mil. Come out. Need the circuit wires. There. Yep, there we go. One of the best things I've ever bought are these ratchet spanners. They make life so much easier. So I don't lose them. See, again, see. Give me all she's got, Captain. Jesus Christ. So it doesn't go flying. little circlip, done. That comes out, just like that. Circlip can go in there, go there. Alright, oil pump can come out. Now the reason the oil pump needs to come out is a bolt right up there, right above it, that you cannot get to any other way. Oil pump has to come out. Luckily the little oil pump's got an arrow on it actually pointing to the bolt. Okay, where's our ugga dugga? I'm knocking everything over. Now all of this, last time I did it was properly torqued up. Now it'd be nice if you could get to the starter clutch from this side too, but you can't. It's a solid wall right there. Oh, what am I doing? Doing it the hard way. Oops. I think I've got to flip this over and take the oil pan off. Alright, we'll do that in a second. We'll see if we can get these Torx bolts out. Now, just so happens I have some Torx things here. Last time I did this motor, I bought myself some Torx sockets. Right, next size up. I think I can really go another size again. If I read the book, it would actually tell me. That's too smart. It's just crazy talk. That's the one we want. Okay, so. That. See if we can do this without losing any skin off the knuckles. Yep. Yep. Too easy peasy Japanesey. Again, taking this out as it goes across the centre line. So this is actually a bearing keeper. The centre shaft bearing. Done. Alright, now we need to make some space here. We're going to move the motor along and flip it over. Now, these motors weigh a bit, so we'll see how we go. See if I end up getting home here. It's all good. Try and end up the oil. There's always oil. More rag. Ha ha! That didn't work how planned. Watch me hurt myself here. You lot can all laugh at me. Alrighty. I'll bring you around the other side so you can see what I'm doing here. Lighting on here. Go you, good thing. Alright. Off. So, got to remove the oil pan now. So we'll go back to our old rattle gun here. Tools here. So. One there in the middle, don't forget it. Missing one. Wow. More. Really? Sorry guys for a bit of silence. I could sing, but you wouldn't appreciate that. Yeah, give it a bit of a love tap. The old soft mallet. There we go. Well, there should be this, oh no, a couple of longer ones. One long one there. I'm going to have to take the oil sensor. So there's the oil sensor there, guys. Don't know if you can see that, hang on. There you go, a bit of adjustment, sorry guys. So yeah, your oil sensor, or level sensor there. So in these bikes, it's right at the front of the motor, it's right there, so when you accelerate and all the oil goes back here, it tells you've got low oil. So you can then call it the fun light. When it comes on, you know you're having fun. 10 mil. Just like that. The reason I'm taking it out of there is because it's hooked into the wiring loom and I don't want to pull it all out. There we go. Oil pickup. And from memory, it's got 2 bolts under there. Got to pull that out. Just a couple of rubber O-rings that come straight out. That oil looks really, really dirty. Screwed right over. There you go. Oil pickup comes off. You can give the screen a bit of a clean out if you want. You can buy new screens for these too. New from the factory. They're probably usually full of crap. Full of crap in there. And that's just how it is from the factory. The other advantage of taking this out is it gives you a flat base. Just like that. Okay, it should come out now. So, oil pump. Wow, didn't realise how bad that oil was in there. I'll try and save this gasket. I do have a new one there. This one's actually not that old. I've already done this on this motor a couple of years ago now, probably 2 or 3 years ago. Now there's 2 dowels there, easier to take them out. Otherwise when you turn the motor over you're going to damage them. So I need some pointy nose pliers. Do it very gently. Like that. Now it goes in there. Didn't work. There we go. Ta-da! And that one goes in there. Done. Alright, we can pull these bolts out now and they can go in our little card. They can go down there. And then when these ones are out we can flip it over, do the top side and then actually split the case. Cases, plural. Okay. As I said, these are all numbered, so that one there, 18. And there says 21, 19. So make sure you put them in the spots marked on your card. Most important. Now they're a mixture of 10 and 12 mil. They're all 12, a couple of 10s, 12s. I better grab a 12 mil socket. We're any bigger than 12, are we? 12, 12, 12, 12. Yep, we're all good. 12, 12. Alright, so we'll start with that one way in there. I think that's a 10 mil. That's 20, I think. Yeah, that's 20, 21. Yeah, 20. Okay. Oh, I can't reach. So number 20 goes in number, you can't see, number 20. As I was saying, it doesn't matter what order you take them out in, but yeah, because you're undoing it all. But certainly for tightening it up, it does matter. Matters a lot. So these two here, number one, number two. It says number two there. Can't see if it says number one there. But okay, now we need to go to 12 mils. Hey guys, camera cut out on me. So you missed the bit where I took all the bolts out of the bottom. I'm not sure exactly where it cut out, but I've just flipped the motor over. I have taken all the bolts out of the bottom and they're all in my card, which is all numbered. And now I'm about to start on the top. Missed all the fun bit. Sad to be you. So I'm going to take the motors out, or the bolts out of the top, and then once I've done that I can split the cases and flip it over. So we'll come back to you once all that's done. Alright guys, I'm nearly there. Just got to pull a couple more bolts out. Do that so it doesn't strobe. There we go. Up there. Now, I think I told you guys a lie earlier. I said on the there's a bolt under there. It's on the 1100 that there's a bolt there. There is another little cap there, but I think that's for the spring for the spring tensioner for the starter chain. Now, we'll have to move this motor again in a second so I can flip it over. Oh, look at that, I've missed a bolt. Right there. There we are. There's a bolt in there which I've got to get out. Done. That's number 30, goes there, and then number 31. Oops. And that's it. That's all the bolts out of this old girl. We get to split the cases. Now we'll move this over here somewhere, out of the road. Let's see on top of that one. That's it today. Alright. Now if you have to force it apart, you've missed something. There's a bolt or something like that still in there. So remember that. Shouldn't take a lot to split it. Oh, that's bloody heavy. Why is that so heavy? Tie that down gently. Okay. Now where's my little hammer? Give her a love tap. It's only a rubber mallet. There are a couple of dowels holding it all together. Hopefully I haven't missed any bolts. Don't think I have. Here I am saying, if you have to force it. Alright, so I'm back. I think I got him now. I think it was just there's a couple of dowels there that didn't want to let go. I wasn't, you know, overly vicious with it or anything like that, just gently worked at it. I said, lots of oil, lots of rags. That should just flip out. Like that. So you've got a bottom half of the case there. So what you can do, probably a heap of people are going to go, no, when I do this bit, but that can come out. There. There's your gears. Shift yokes. Throw them in the bottom half anyway. Goes over there. Let's go. just right. Something like that. And that fits in there like that. There you go. So there's your gears in there. Now the bit we need is right there. Then doing the rattle. I'm just going to pull that there out now. We're nearly there, guys. So you see me split the engine. A few people are going, no, don't do it like that. It's how I know how to do it. It'll have to be all cleaned up, so all these surfaces, no gaskets between the two halves. Just got to make sure the surfaces are clean. I think last time I might put a tiny finger smear of just some soft gasket maker. Shouldn't need it, but that's what I did anyway. Okay, let's see if we can get that out. Too big. Too big. A lot of effort to go to fix the starter clutch. Better than paying a mechanic $80, $90 an hour to do this. Look, I'm not a mechanic. I've got a book. That's all I got. Comes off. Right, there's a little doohickey on that side which has got to come out. So there's that slide out, yep. And it's a screwdriver. Okay, so there's bearing there, what I'm taking out. I'll change your view so you can see what I'm doing. Need more rags. Rag. Bring this down here so you can see what I'm doing. Going down. She goes down. She goes down. She goes down, 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 down. There we go. Alright, so you can see what I'm doing there. Alright, so in here, there's the bearing. There, comes out. This is the starter chain. So when these bikes start, you'll hear them go clack, 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 clack. It's this bit here, starter chain. That's right, that one there's got to come out too. 10 mile. 10 mile there. There's a little retainer there. There it goes. Okay, can I see? Give me all she's got, Captain. We're going to win a chicken dinner. Comes out. And we can take the starter out. And the starter clutch. Oh, that's right, the oil has got to come out too. Oiler, I need to upgrade this for the shorter one, the XJR version. They're a bit shorter, and that'll actually eliminate. That's what the chain clacks on when you're starting up. It comes out just like that. Now, I'll show you what the issue is with the starter clutch. That should just come off like that. Oops, stay there. Now, as you can see, this one's falling apart. I gave it new bits. So what it is, a little sprag thing. So it's a little ball and a little finger. So I'm in the wrong spot. You're looking at my belly. So that little finger, that's supposed to have a rubber bit on it, which is worn out on this one. There's a little ball. There's a little spring that goes in there as well. Oh, there we go. Got push drives. Alright. Okay, thanks for watching, guys. So we've got this thing apart. I put a couple of new bits in that have got to be in. Look at that. All that effort for that. Yeah, the spring. There's 3 of them, 3 springs, 3 of those little fingers, and 3 rollers. I've got new ones of them. We'll get all that installed and we can start putting it together. Alright, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you soon. Catch us around. Okay, a little edit on the end here, guys. So I've got the starter clutch all put together and back in, but this starter chain really stretched. So I'm going to order a new one, which means this one is going to remain in this sort of condition until a new starter chain turns up. I mean, that's getting to Massey Ferguson. Yeah, that's almost Harley-like. So I'll order myself a new starter chain, and that can go in before I button this back up. Which means it'll probably be a while before I do the next segment on this. Now, for anyone with the 1100 with the gears that jumps out of second gear, sorry, it's the shift yokes in here that they bend, which allows the gears to move. So allows those to move, and that's what makes, see how it's over like that? They bend and that jumps out. That's second gear there, I think. One of them is. Anyway, yeah, so this is what you do. Replace the shift yokes, and that'll help you fix the second gear issue in the 1100s. So anyway, guys, I'll leave it at that for now. Please click like and subscribe. Hopefully this helps somebody. Sorry about the strobing there. But there we go, splitting a case on eyes will be 1100, 1200 or XJR 1300. They'll all be exactly the same. So there we go. If you need to redo the bearings, now's the time. You can see the bearings. These ones are actually in good condition, so I'm not even touching them. But once I get this all back together and buttoned up, I'll be pulling the head off and give her a top end for refresh. So should be like a new bike, new one. Wah-ha! I'll replace all these bits here too. The blah 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 blah, what are they called? The oil seals, those things. So yeah, follow along. Hopefully I'll have a bit more for you soon. But yeah, starter chain, that's just way too loose. Yep, anyway, catch us around.